Welcome to Pisto's World of Stories. My name is Jacob. I was only 8 years old when my life changed forever. My sister, Lily, was just 16. A girl still figuring out her own place in the world. But on that fateful evening, she was forced to grow up in a way no teenager should ever have to. Our parents were on their way back from the city. They had gone out for groceries and promised to bring us a special treat. Chocolate cake, my favorite. I remember sitting on the couch, waiting eagerly, while Lily studied at the dining table. But the knock on the door that night was not from our parents. A neighbor stood there, his eyes heavy with grief. Behind him, the flashing red and blue lights of police cars painted the street. His trembling voice told us what no child should ever hear. Our parents had been in a car accident. They didn't make it. I froze. My 8-year-old mind couldn't process it. But Lily, oh Lily, she didn't cry, not then at least. She wrapped her arms around me, pulled me against her chest, and whispered,
"It's going to be okay, Jacob. I promise I'll take care of you."
That was the moment she stopped being just my sister. She became my guardian, my protector, my everything. The next morning, Lily was no longer just a teenage girl. She was a mother figure, though she had no idea what she was doing. She made breakfast, burnt eggs and half-toasted bread. But to me, it was the most comforting meal in the world. I remember watching her pacing around the kitchen, trying to figure out bills and groceries, her brows furrowed with determination. She wasn't supposed to carry that weight. At 16, she should have been going to parties, hanging out with friends, or complaining about homework. Instead, she was learning how to budget, how to cook, and how to wipe my tears at night. One evening, I asked her, "Lily, who's going to take care of us now?" She smiled, though her eyes betrayed her fear.
"Me, Jacob. I'll take care of us. Don't you worry."
That promise became the foundation of my childhood. And though she stumbled many times, she never broke it. Life after our parents' death was brutal. Bills piled up, food ran scarce, and sometimes the lights went out because we couldn't afford electricity. I would cry, frightened of the dark, and Lily would light a candle, holding me close.
"See? We're safe. The light is still here."
She'd whisper. She worked part-time jobs after school, cleaning houses, babysitting, anything to put food on the table. Her classmates wore new clothes and laughed about movies while she wore hand-me-downs and carried exhaustion in her eyes. Still, she never let me feel the weight she carried. She hid her tears until I was asleep. To me, she was invincible. To her, she was barely surviving. Even in the darkest times, Lily found ways to make me smile. On my 9th birthday, she couldn't afford a cake. So she baked bread, spread sugar on top, and stuck a single candle in it.
"Make a wish,"
she said, her voice cheerful, though I knew she hadn't eaten dinner just so I could. I wished for my parents back. But when I blew out the candle, I looked at Lily and thought, maybe I already had everything I needed. She taught me how to ride a bike, patched up my scraped knees, and cheered the loudest at my school plays, even when she came straight from work still wearing her uniform. She gave me love in 100 little ways, and though she never said it aloud, I knew she was sacrificing her dreams for me. By the time I was 13, Lily was in her early 20s. Most of her friends had gone off to college or were building careers, but she stayed. She worked full-time now, balancing rent, bills, and my growing teenage appetite. Sometimes, I saw the envy in her eyes when she scrolled through social media, seeing her classmates graduate. But when she caught me watching, she'd smile and say,
"It's okay. You're my priority."
I didn't understand the depth of that sacrifice then. I was just a boy who thought his sister was strong enough to handle anything. But behind closed doors, I sometimes heard her cry herself to sleep. There came a day when it all became too much. I came home from school to find Lily sitting on the floor, surrounded by unpaid bills, her head buried in her hands. She was sobbing, whispering,
"I can't do this anymore."
It was the first time I realized my sister wasn't unbreakable. She was human just like me. I knelt beside her, hugging her tight. "You're not alone, Lily. We'll get through this. Together." That night marked a shift. I promised myself I would work hard, study harder, and one day take care of her the way she had taken care of me. When I entered high school, I started taking small jobs, delivering newspapers, mowing lawns, anything to ease her burden. Lily tried to stop me, insisting,
You're just a kid, Jacob. Focus on school.
but I had seen her struggle too long to just sit back. Each dollar I brought home felt like a piece of freedom for her. She deserved rest. She deserved a life. For the first time, I felt like I wasn't just her little brother anymore. I was her partner in survival. I worked hard in school, not just for me, but for Lily. Every grade, every award, every achievement, I dedicated it to her. She came to every ceremony, tears glistening in her eyes, clapping louder than anyone else. When I got accepted into college on a scholarship, she hugged me so tightly I thought my ribs would crack.
You did it, Jacob. You're going to have the life I couldn't.
But what she didn't know was that every step I took forward was because she had carried me this far. Years later, I graduated, got a good job, and finally had the chance to give back. The first paycheck I earned didn't go to me. It went to her. I bought her a dress she once admired but couldn't afford.
Jacob, you don't have to.
She started, but I interrupted. No, Lily, you spent your life raising me. Now it's my turn to take care of you. I saw her break down in tears, but this time, they weren't from pain or exhaustion. They were tears of relief. Looking back now, I realize I never truly grew up with parents. I grew up with Lily. She was my sister, yes, but she was also my mother, my father, my guardian, and my best friend. She gave up her youth so I could have a future. And though I could never repay her fully, I spend every day trying to make her proud. When people ask me who raised me, I don't hesitate. I smile and say, my sister, the sister who became everything I needed. And that, I believe, is the greatest love story I will ever know.